presto. Look at you,
Change
Kadini.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you again there, Liz. How are you?
Good morning, Matt. I'm great because it's Friday. I'm
what I
here
hear.
with you.
That's what I hear.
And Steve is spinning 80s today.
Yeah, he was, because back to the 80s, so the temperature-wise. We'll dig into that a little bit, because it is a warm. And you walked out to like 60 degrees today, and so welcome back to the humid, because it's still winter.
Yes.
Clearly. A lot to get to here on 9 News Now. Welcome to WAFB Plus. Obviously, when you take a look at the website, this is one of the top stories. We're going to get into this in a minute. But wanted to start with some of the big happenings today at the national level.
Yeah.
Talking about COVID vaccines, and there may be a third one joining the fight here pretty soon.
So we've been talking about this all week. Johnson & Johnson, right? They make a lot of baby products, but did you know they're also trying to make a vaccine, a one-shot vaccine?
Right.
And all of Johnson & Johnson's officials are actually going before the FDA advisory panel to see whether they can get approved.
So if the advisors, the FDA, if that FDA advisory committee approves it, full FDA then approves it, then it goes to the CDC this weekend. If all that happens, and it is expected to because everything is just going in that direction, if that happens, we could, in Louisiana, those doses start rolling out, up to 37,000 doses rolling in of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine by next week. Add that to the Pfizer and the Moderna, and obviously the numbers begin to increase.
Yeah, and something else I think we mentioned this morning is that the state of Louisiana has actually caught back up after the winter storms in terms of getting people to their vaccine appointments. So hopefully by the time next week rolls around, Louisiana will be in good shape in terms of booking and scheduling.
Well, when we talk about booking and scheduling, Liz, how is it, may I ask?
Yes.
Do I find a COVID vaccine in and around my area?
Oh, the CDC has created a handy-dandy website for you to find out which vaccine clinic is going to be closest to you. So if you go to WAFB.com, you go right there.
Bing, that one?
CDC launches website. It is very self-explanatory, but if you click into the story, it's going to bring you to that link where it makes it even easier, because we know there's a lot. The LDH has their own website. The CDC now has their own website. But they are trying to make it as easy as possible for Americans to find a vaccine, to schedule an appointment, and to get that going.
So what you're going to be looking for is that link right there. It's the name of the website, and it is pretty easy to remember if you just want to hold on to this one as well, vaccinefinder.org. Click on that link. It's going to take you right over here. This is what it's going to look like. And all they ask you to do, all you need to do, is punch in your zip code. And it's going to show you some pharmacies within a certain radius around you, and you can put that in too, that have the vaccine. Not only that, it'll tell you whether or not they have it before you make the phone call to schedule an appointment.
Yeah, if you're trying to book a vaccine appointment for a parent maybe, this is kind of the place to start.
I think so.
It is overwhelming. We know there's a lot going on. There's been a lot of updates and changes. So that's why the CDC has made this handy-dandy vaccinefinder.org website.
So that's one of the major things going on today. Obviously, there's something else going on in D.C. as well. There might be a vote. Not might, there will be in the House, the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill.
So a big stipulation here is that Republicans don't want minimum wage to be included in this package. They say that it has nothing to do with the COVID-19, the pandemic, so that's a big issue. But something that is included, obviously, is another round of stimulus checks in there, unemployment aid, and a number of other things. But we're talking trillion, nearly what, $1.9 trillion?
Yeah, nearly two.
Yeah.
So the Senate obviously is going to be stripping out the $15 minimum wage. The House, that will remain as far as their vote today. So when it gets over to the Senate side, they'll strip it out. It'll probably go back to the House for another revote, and then it'll get to the White House. That's what's happening today, though. It begins with that first vote in the House. And again, it is expected to pass, move on to the Senate. We'll see what happens. But Americans have been waiting for something for a very long time.
This is a part of President Joe Biden's American Rescue Relief Plan. And of course, this just means it's moving forward. Not necessarily the end game, but we'll keep you posted along with what happens with today's vote.
Not happening today, but you could do this today because it needs to be done by tomorrow.
Yes.
We got a special election coming up. In fact, it's a special election, but we're trying to fill a couple of seats. A couple of Louisiana congressional seats need to be filled.
Yeah, so we're talking about Congressional District 2 and 5. So I believe 5 covers, in fact, part of our viewing area, the Felicianas. This is Luke Letlow. He passed away from COVID-19 complications at the end of 2020. So that seat is looking to be filled, along with Cedric Richmond. He has now moved on to work in the Biden administration. So 2 big seats that represent our part of the world.
Yeah, part of it, exactly right. We're part of District 2, arguably one of the most gerrymandered districts in all of the country. I ain't saying anything out of school. Go ahead, look it up. I mean, into New Orleans, all the way, snakes up the river, and then into part of North Baton Rouge. But those are the 2 that need to be filled. And the registration deadline here online. Govote.com.
Yes.
So simple. This Louisiana Secretary, it'll take you right here. Secretary of State's website. You can register online to make sure that you're good to go so you can vote in that special election. Early voting actually begins in, about 2 weeks?
Yes.
So
yeah.
coming right around the corner, all the information right there. But again, the deadline to register tomorrow.
It's really important if you want to vote in this, even if you have to change your address, that's something you'll need to check on when you go to govote.com.
That's
so
a good,
really
that's
important
a good
to
point.
remember.
Yeah, maybe you've already registered.
Change mine, yeah.
Right, maybe you've already registered. I'm like, oh, good. No, if you have to change the address, you're going to need to do that as well. Talked a lot today about our friends in Texas and the help that they still need. We obviously mentioned Joe Biden on his way there as well, kind of checking things out. But there are ways we can help as well, ways you can help.
So we talked about this a little bit earlier on WAFB Plus. On Monday, I believe. So a number of Baton Rouge organizations want to help. There's actually a sorority that's collecting donations of water, some gift cards to home improvement stores like Home Depot
absolutely,
and Lowe's.
all of them.
So there's been a lot of changes with this, but the key thing here is that they are still collecting donations at those 3 community sites we were telling you about: Elevate Church, the Jewel J. Newman Community Center, and the Anchor Community Services Building. So they are still taking donations up through next Friday.
That's the change.
So first week into March, that's key here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking with one of the organizers on the show this morning, she talked about the fact that she's from South Louisiana originally, went through Katrina, got completely wrecked with Katrina, went through the flood of 16 here in Baton Rouge, so she came in and got wrecked there as well. Living in Atlanta, but it's just so connected, right? For fiber, still belongs down here. So connected, so working with a lot of folks to make this happen, knows what it means to lose, and is trying to help. Texas has helped us before. We have helped them before. It is kind of a symbiotic relationship when it comes to dealing with natural disasters like this. So a whole nother week to donate at these locations.
And you can also drop off cash donations when you go here. Tyrese Atai was talking about how that can help too when it comes to getting those donations there. You never know what they'll need after that. They're always going to need water and food, but money can help people out if they don't need water or food.
Absolutely. Money is kind of get you whatever you need as you step all the way through it. Speaking of stepping all the way through it, as we go through our weekend, I want to give you a look real quick at weather because there's some stuff going on tomorrow. Race for the Cure tomorrow.
Yes,
now it's not the big collective event that it is. It's kind of the individual virtual event, brand new.
That's it. 25 years they've been doing this, and this year we are adapting as always. So Coleman, Louisiana wants it to happen virtually. So we've got a ton of people who are registered and signed up to walk 6,000 steps in their own neighborhoods, in their communities. We are doing it together, but separately.
Together apart?
Together apart.
Apart together?
I'm trying to think of the ad council's ad.
That's what it was.
Exactly
right.
Together apart.
All of that. And we're still doing that, but finding more creative ways to do it, ways to do it better, ways to just keep in touch with one another. And you talk about one of those great organizations, one of those great events and efforts. This one was, you can't let this go by simply without doing it some way, and they're finding a way to get it done.
Because money is being raised for breast cancer research, for survivors, for fighters, for people who are trying to get mammograms. I mean, this is a big effort here that we do every year. We're proud to partner with Coleman, Louisiana to do it, and it's looking like it's going to be a pretty decent day to do it.
You actually may be sweating. So this is a look at the weekend. Obviously, just you can through the 9 News app or WAP.com, hit one of the tabs up top. It's the weather. I've just clicked on the weekend outlook. Friday, part of that weekend, looking pretty good. But look, look at the highs here. Look at the lows. The heck with that. Look at the low. 66. That's the low for Saturday. Partly cloudy, 10% chance of rain. Looks like a good day for a walk. Looks like a good day for 6,000 steps.
I think so, especially when you got your community surrounded with you virtually.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
So that's going on. Let's take a look at what else is going on. A little bit of sport action going on around here in South Louisiana.
Tonight.
Yeah, exactly right. These guys tonight.
They have finally made it. They've been working hard during the pandemic.
Can you
They've
do
been
that?
practicing. I don't have tickets.
Give me the guns.
I want his.
Give me the. Liz
I mean,
Cohen
I
with
want
the
it
guns.
like him. Look at that.
Yeah, he's
putting in a lot of work in the weight room, on the field. Yes.
It's been a while. It's been a while for these guys, and now they get to look across that line at somebody not wearing blue and gold.
Yes, indeed.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Kickoff tonight for these guys, 6 o'clock. Alabama State. They're on the road in Montgomery. It's going to be a weird season right now. Southern's only got one home game. Because of course, you know, like Bayou Classic, Grambling, neutral ground. But this has been a long time. Spring football, like legit spring football, not practice.
Who would have thought we would have said opening day is end of February for football, right?
Here we are.
Yeah, and if you can't make it to Montgomery, you can watch it on ESPN3 because we know y'all love cheering on the Jags, and we're all rooting them on tonight.
Yeah.
We just hope they have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Finally get back to it.
Yes, indeed.
Heck of a ball game last night and
Yeah.
a losing effort from the New Orleans Pelicans, but a crazy
Not
game.
without effort, though.
That's
from
the
what you were
thing. I mean,
saying.
this one, they're playing the Bucks, one of the
Yeah.
best teams in the entire NBA, certainly in the East. And the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, had himself a ball game, 38 points, game high.
Yeah.
But Zion was right there with him, 34 team high points. And I mean, at some point, the L's have to be dubs. But right now, as they continue to grow and kind of get together, a good loss. This actually is a decent one. They played pretty well.
From what it sounds like, when you talk about building consistency, again, a loss is not what you want to
No.
see, but when you're building consistency, you're building that team, they're well on their way.
Okay, other stuff going on this weekend that you want to be a part of. If you can, Tiger Park this weekend. It's the ULL LSU Invitational. In fact, LSU was in Lafayette last night playing the Raging Cajuns, blanked them 4-0. And so now they kind of split up and do their own kind of things a little bit.
Yeah.
LSU back at Tiger Park today.
Doubleheader,
Doubleheader. Oklahoma State,
Woo!
both of them
Go
ranked
girls.
right around 11th, depending on which ranking you're
Wow.
looking at. ULL was ranked 9th, so that's a nice win for the Tigers.
Yeah.
So huge doubleheader today for the Lady Tigers.
That's exciting. Just seeing them in their season 2 has been pretty impressive for these
Really has.
girls. But when you talk about today, it's going to be a great day for playing softball anyhow. But we just hope they come out with another win.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
There's LSU baseball on the field as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much going on right now. And what's funny about, because we typically just talk about basketball this time of year as they wind towards a conference tournament.
Yeah.
Baseball and softball getting going. Gymnastics obviously on
Oh, my
the
gosh,
mat
they're in
as well.
Kentucky.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Gymnastics
there's so
on the
much
mat.
going on.
And now, by the way,
football.
So yeah, there's just a lot, and these are the
Yeah.
things you really get to smile about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your friends, it's your kids, maybe it's your neighbor's kids. It's you just something to smile about.
That's
It's
it. It
just
takes
kinda
our
cool.
mind off of the chaos that
Yeah.
is the pandemic,
All
that
the
is the
chaos.
weather. So this is something we're going to smile at, and we're going to root on all of our local teams. And we've got an entire section dedicated to all of that. Just
All
the
that.
sports section.
The sports section.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's right at the very top. Sports. And then so here we are on the WAFB Plus, trying to figure out our world as we navigate whatever. Everybody's got a plus these days. Should we be like plus, or are we just going to go with
Plus size?
a plus?
Look, there's
plus,
just more to
plus I?
love.
Plus I.
Yeah.
What is the plural of plus?
Plus
plus
I?
Pluses.
Pluses.
Pluses?
Plus I.
Or is
That's
it,
a
is
good
it, or is it like if
question.
there's two pluses, is that a negative?
Oh, it mixes each other out?
Is that what it is?
That's a good question.
Two negatives make a, I don't know.
YouTube, help us out here.
This is
Anybody?
too- way too deep
Plus
into the-
I. Pluses.
Pluses?
Pluses.
Pluses is the plural?
Samantha Morgan says pluses. Wow. Pluses.
Okay, I don't think we should
That
go
doesn't
with. I don't
sound
think we
right.
should. I don't think we should say that.
No.
All right, so here we are, WFE Plus. This is all where you can find us. Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV. For those of you joining us on the brand new, kind of new and improved YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, WAP rolling out a bunch of different content that you won't see on the mothership, Channel 9.
Right,
So
right.
extended interviews. We've got even Jacques up first. Jacques Talk is actually up for you to stream on YouTube
Yep.
if you don't want to watch it on the WFB Plus app. So a number of cool and different things we're doing here that you may not see on the TV side of things.
Well, yeah, because they won't let us do that on the TV side. Oh, yeah, WAFB After Dark. But here's the thing with Asian Nation, and I just saw him in his little traffic hole, like cave over there. He's working, actually, Johnny is working on himself, the intro, like graphics and music for this thing.
Yeah.
It's just all Johnny all the time.
He's
and
pumped
I'm
up
all
about
in.
this.
I really am. I'm all
Amen.
in. Anything, more Asian Nation.
It's going to be good. It's
It's gonna
going to
be
be
a lot of
fun. He's a great interviewer too. So
He is.
anyone he has on his
He's easy.
show, you might see Diane Deaton from time to time.
Java Talk, a return to the Java Talk.
That's it. Let's
So
revive
good.
it. Yep.
So good. So there you go. All that coming to WAFB Plus. Again, we are literally trying to learn to run before we crawl. So, but would you have it any other way?
No, that's how we do things around here.
Roll it on the wall, see
Come
if it
on.
sticks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
things
think
sticking.
there's some old spaghetti
yeah, I
on
was
the
going to
wall
say
that
that's.
we might as well try to save for lunch. I don't know if it's still good.
Hey, is that the big extra hour I see up there? You
In
scrape
the
that one
far
off.
distance, it is.
Scrape that one off.
Rest in peace.
What is
Rest
that? Oh,
in peace.
yeah, put you in the
man.
experimental
Yeah.
graveyard over there.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this takes
Yeah.
and how long it lasts.
So stick around with us so we can keep it going.
All right, so there you go, everybody. Everything you can find right over here,
That's it.
updated constantly, and as mentioned, there's a lot going on. But until then, Be safe out there on that Friday morning.
Yeah, come back to the mothership at noon. You'll see this guy.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
wait, come back anyway. Actually, come for the forecast. Stay for the traffic.
All the things. All the things.
All right, goodbye.
Have a good one.
Bye now.